Hi, I'm John with Beyond 20. Today I'm going to show you how to use a related clause within a search builder in Cherwell. So the way that I got here was basically to just click the standard search here, just the search button for incident. So I'm going to come up here to the searching, and then I'm going to do edit current search. And you can see here that there's really no criteria in this search just because it's just standard. It's just going to show you all the incidents. So most people know how to use the regular comparison operator, or the comparison clause within the Cherwell search manager. So if you just click the new button, that's going to bring up the comparison clause by default. That's the most common one. So this is going to give you a list of fields here, and there's also related records that you can see, or related relationships that you can basically choose from if you want to do anything like that. However, we're going to do something a little bit different. For right now, we're just going to show up, or we're going to show the incident type incident, or actually service request rather. So incident type equals service request. So that's what we're interested in. We're interested in service requests. That's going to give us 37 records. Before we had, I don't know, 80 something. Now we've got 37 records here. And these are all the service request records under the incident object. So I'm going to edit the search yet again. Now instead of clicking this new button to add a standard comparison clause, I'm going to use this little drop down next to it, and I'm going to select the related clause. So that gives us a relationship to choose from, and there's, like I said, there's a whole bunch of relationships here to choose from because incident has a lot of different relationships to different objects. For this one though, we're going to stick to incident owns journals, and that allows us to also pick a contains. So this is more of a sort of a comparison clause on a related clause. So we're going to say there's at least one journal. So that's going to show us 34 records. So before we were saying 37, that means that there's 3 records out there somewhere that don't have journal records somehow. That's kind of interesting, but we're going to go ahead and edit that search yet again. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the relationship clause, and I'm going to click New. That's going to allow us to add a comparison clause on that relationship. And when we do that, that allows us to choose fields from within that related record type. So for this, that's once again, that's journals. So for the journal, we can select a journal type name, and I'm going to say equals journal note. So I want to see all service requests that are out there that have a journal note. And that's only going to give us back 5 records. So if you go into one of these, select journals, you can see that at the top here, there is indeed a journal note that's attached to it. And it gives you some information there. So I'm going to go ahead and edit the search yet again. And as you're in the record, you don't actually have to go back. You can actually just edit the search right from here. So I'm going to edit that search again. And so this showed us service requests that have at least one journal that have this journal note. I actually want to see service requests that have more than one journal note. So if there's been some activity on an incident or a service request, I want to see ones that there's been a little more note-taking on. So I'm going to say there's at least 2 journals. So I came down here and I said, I selected this, there are at least blank journals, and then I selected 2. So this is going to allow you to kind of choose how many records you're interested in. And because it's got this comparison clause on it, 2 of these journal records have to have this comparison true or equal to true. So that means that I'm only going to see service requests where there are 2 journal records that are the type name journal note, where there's 2 of these attached to the service request. So basically, if there's a service request out there that only has 1 journal type note, or ones that don't have any journal notes, then it's not going to show those in the search. It's only going to show us the ones that have at least 2. So that brings us back to the search list here, the search results, and it shows us that we've got 3 records. And if you go into one of those records, you click on the journals, you'll see that indeed you do have search results here, and you've got you know, 2 journal note records. So if I edit this search hit again, say we want to get more specific, and I'm interested in journals where there is a quick journal where somebody has left a voicemail. So I'm just going to do the quick journal equals left voicemail. And I'm going to knock this down to 1. I'm not sure if there's any more out there that have more than 1. Okay. So that gives us 3 records, and then you'll see here there are 2 of these records, or no, 1 of these records should have at least, yeah, a left voicemail. So if you go back up to the current search, let's see if there's 2 records out there that are attached to a service request. Somebody's left 2 voicemails for one of our customers. And it looks like there's 1 record out there. There's been 2 voicemails left for Henry. All right. So you can see how that could be useful, you know, in your day-to-day. If you thought this video was useful and you want to see more, please feel free to browse our other videos. And as always, like and subscribe. Please feel free to also visit our website at beyond20.com. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.